NASCAR announces a major penalty, essentially knocking out one of the regular season title contenders, what it means for Denny Hamlin and the 11 team moving forward, and why this penalty isn't even their fault. Welcome into the Breaking Balls channel. It's Bob here. We're getting closer and closer to the penultimate regular season Daytona finale here, and we've got a lot to talk about. If you're new here, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We'll keep you in the loop for all things NASCAR. A Thursday news bombshell from NASCAR comes down this afternoon. Denny Hamlin and the number 11 Joe Gibbs Toyota team issued a massive L2 infraction penalty by NASCAR, resulting in 75 regular season points docked, 10 playoff points taken away, and crew chief Chris Gabehart a $100,000 fine. Oh my goodness. Oh, whoa. The cheating 11 team. What did they do? Well, before you go freaking out here, this wasn't the 11 team's fault. NASCAR mandates that if you win a race and you want to reuse the engine from that winning car, you can do so, but NASCAR has to inspect it. Well, Denny Hamlin won the Bristol spring race, and Toyota tore down that Bristol engine and rebuilt it to run it before it could be inspected by NASCAR. Toyota did self-report this, but it left NASCAR with no choice. Toyota's David Wilson gave a statement on the penalty, quote, "As the engine builder for our partner NASCAR Cup Series teams, TRD is solely responsible for the handling and disposition of all of our engines pre- and post-race. Despite procedures being in place, Denny's race-winning engine from Bristol was mistakenly returned to our Cosa Mesa facility, disassembled, and rebuilt instead of being torn down and inspected by NASCAR per the rulebook. Although we know with absolute certainty that the engine was legal and would have passed inspection, we left NASCAR in an impossible position because they were not given the opportunity to properly inspect our engine. We have reviewed our processes and implemented several additional steps to ensure that this never happens again. TRD takes full responsibility for this grievous mistake, and we apologize to Denny, Chris, Coach Gibbs, and the entire JGR organization, NASCAR, and our fans." Yeah, it's sorry. Is it too late to say sorry now? A big blunder by Toyota there. Again, this is not even the 11 team's fault, but it essentially knocks Denny Hamlin out of the regular season title contention. There goes his 15 playoff points there he could have potentially won with Daytona and Darlington coming up, two very good tracks. He was one of four drivers in that regular season contention. Not anymore. That 75 points for the driver and owner's regular season standings absolutely cripples him, and he's not on contention anymore. 10 playoff points is the equivalent of 2 race wins. So Denny Hamlin has 3 wins at this point in the series. If he hadn't won 3 races, there's a chance that this would have taken Denny Hamlin out of the playoffs, similar to Austin Dillon last week with Richmond, where NASCAR says you can keep the win in theory, but it doesn't go anything towards your playoff eligibility. That's essentially what they're doing with that Bristol race. 10 playoff points. Denny Hamlin could be in a critical moment if he had not won those 3 races. And then for Chris Gabehart, $100K fine. I get it. He's the leader of the team, and everything happens under his watch. But for Chris Gabehart to get a $100K fine, his pockets being lighter out of nothing he did wrong, that's tough there. But again, a massive blunder from Toyota to cripple one of their title contending cars in a tough spot. I mean, it moves him from 3rd place in the playoffs to 6th. He had 21 playoff points coming into Daytona this weekend. Now he has 11. Again, if he hadn't won 3 races, we could be talking about Denny Hamlin not in the playoffs coming into Daytona. Now, it could have been an absolute disastrous penalty for the 11 team. It still is not good, and it leaves him in a tough spot going into the playoffs. We'll break down all of the domino effects in this. I'm sure they'll appeal this, but appeals don't generally work in NASCAR unless you're Hendrick Motorsports. But with Daytona coming up this weekend, I'm sure Denny Hamlin and the 11 team will have a lot to say with this penalty. There'll be a lot of developing news here, so stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe if you're new. Like this video. Subscribe. It helps us out a ton on the channel, and we'll see you soon here at Breaking Balls. Thanks for watching.